Hi, dear lecturer. We are from cohort BBS63, Group A. Our group consists of Tan, Marcus, Fan Fong, and myself, Ting. So we shall begin with our presentation. Our chosen company is a Singapore branch of multinational corporation that also serves as a headquarters for the APAC region. And its core businesses include sale, lease, maintenance of printing and scanning devices, and associated parts like toner cartridges. Also the sale of paper products, provision of on-site and off-site printing services. On-site is within the customer premises, and off-site is at the company's facility. And manufacturing of print and scanning devices is carried out overseas like China, Japan, and Vietnam, and they are shipped to Singapore once orders are being confirmed. And the manufacturing location is dependent on the model of device. Paper supplies come from multiple mills based in Australia, Brazil, depending on the type, which is categorized based on grams per square meter. The Singapore branch comprises of approximately 600 employees, with one main office building with showroom located at the Central Business District, one offsite production printing facility at the northeastern part of Singapore, one main warehouse receives shipments of print and scanning devices, spare parts, and paper supplies in the eastern part of Singapore. And there are 4 depots for storage of spare parts in the north, south, east, and west part of Singapore accordingly, and one paper storage facility in the northwestern part. I will pass the time now to Tan to explain more about the first issue that we have identified.
Thank you, Fang. Hi, my name is Dick and I'll be covering the first operations management issue, which is pertaining to sustainability and carbon emissions. Climate change is a pressing global issue which has taken center stage at many international forums, most recently at COP28, which is held in Dubai. It refers to a change in climate that is directly or indirectly attributed to human activities which produce greenhouse gases. The amount of greenhouse gas in our atmosphere is directly linked to the average global temperature on Earth, and it has been rising steadily since the 1800s. In fact, greenhouse gases are the major cause of global warming, and they contribute directly to climate change. The most abundant greenhouse gas in our atmosphere is actually carbon dioxide, and they are largely the byproduct of burning fossil fuels. Our continued reliance on burning fossil fuels to generate energy will only accelerate climate change, which in turn increases the frequency and intensity of extreme weather conditions such as fires and floods. As such, sustainability and reducing carbon footprint have gained prominence amongst customers, shareholders, as well as the authorities. They have become more concerned with the environmental bottom line and expect businesses to be environmentally responsible. Those who fail to do so might face consequences such as negative publicity or boycott campaigns. In the context of our organization, the applicable operations performance objectives can include direct or indirect carbon emissions produced during business operations. These are things such as fuels combusted during delivery or energy purchased for heating and cooling purposes. Another aspect that we can look at is the recycling rate of used devices and parts, such as our drums and toner cartridges. Our organization needs to continuously review and monitor its operations performance in these areas in order to showcase itself as a sustainable and eco-friendly business. The results are often reflected in our annual sustainability report, which is made publicly available. Therefore, we recommend that our selected organization obtain third-party certifications such as ISO 14000 for environmental management systems, as well as the Singapore Green Label certificate. These are proof that the organization is committed in taking proactive measures to reduce its environmental footprint and to comply with applicable requirements. Next, transportation optimization helps to reduce fuel consumption as well as carbon emissions. One way we can do this is to assign our technicians to serve specific geographical regions in Singapore, therefore minimizing the amount of fuel consumed as well as improving response times to the customers. Next, installing motion sensors within the office as well as setting a cap of 25 degrees Celsius in air conditioning helps to reduce electricity wastage. Staff might forget to turn off the power supply before leaving the office, so motion sensors will help to address this issue. Also, 25 degrees Celsius is a comfortable temperature compared to 22 degrees Celsius, and it reduces carbon emissions by up to 30%. Lastly, our organization can involve their customers in its sustainability program. This can include making it easier for customers to recycle their used toner cartridges by having a designated drop-off point nearby, offering them small rebates for doing so, and asking them for their suggestions. Through the implementation of the above recommendations, the overall consumer perception of the organization improves, which could bring about new business opportunities. Furthermore, carbon emissions will be reduced due to transportation optimization, and reduced energy wastage will also bring about cost savings. Customer experience also improves due to reduced waiting times, and finally, it ensures that the organization is compliant with regulatory requirements. Thank you, and shall now hand over to Marcus for section 2.
Thank you, Tan. And now please let me continue on the issue 2, business continuity response and risk management. Although Singapore is unlikely to experience natural disasters such as earthquake, tsunami due to its geographic location, the COVID-19 pandemic has underlined the importance of resiliency in business. Many businesses were negatively impacted due to restrictions imposed by the government to stem the tide of infection. In Singapore, circuit breakers were introduced on 7 April 2020, and non-essential business had to cease on-site operation and pivot overnight to operating online where feasible. From an organization perspective, you need to be prepared 5 types of losses. There are people loss, premises loss, equipment loss, information loss, and supply chain loss. At the strategy level, the risk of operational failure resulting from unforeseen disruption directly impact an organization's ability to serve its client. This affects the economic aspect of the triple bottom line, as failure to fulfill construction agreement might result in financial penalty and loss of reputation. In the context of our select organization, the key operation performance objectives which are applicable include: first is service level agreement with clients, second is functional key performance indicator, and third is obligation to staff. By going to ISO 22301, organizations are able to determine their maximum tolerable period of disruption and recovery time objective. This will provide organizations the ability to achieve operational resilience and ensure that the organization can withstand shock, adapt to changing circumstances, and continue delivering products or services without prolonged disruption. The second recommendation is supplier diversification. This is to minimize the reliance on a single supplier and split its risk. This protects the organization from exorbitant price increment during crisis. The third recommendation is build redundancy and working arrangement. In the event of lost premises, the organization can consider setting up a one standby site which mirrors the primary operations on a reduced scale. This can increase the agility and flexibility in terms of work arrangement, which leads to shorter recovery times. Second is support and allow office-based staff to work from home if their workspace is unavailable. This can keep costs low while also having a safety net of the interim periods. The fourth recommendation is cross-train staff. During COVID-19, a substantial workforce returned to Malaysia before the lockdown. As such, many functions were unstaffed and service suffered due to knowledge gap and lack of manpower. To solve the issue, HR can consider to approaching recruitment consultancy to gain a wider pool of candidates. This can reduce the possibility of service failure due to lack of labor and knowledge gap.
Number 3, operational objective in inventory and supply chain management. For this company, operational goals are quality, speed, dependability, flexibility, and cost. These are essential in shaping inventory and supply chain strategies. Quality, ensuring precise inventory records for printing and scanning devices, toner cartridges, and machine spare parts to eliminate distractions and guarantees product accuracy. Speed, swiftly meeting customer needs for devices, cartridges, and parts to reduce surplus inventory and enhancing efficiency. Dependability, consistent availability of products, ensure uninterrupted operations, and fulfill service commitments. Flexibility, adapting quickly to market changes, maintain optimal inventory levels during demand fluctuations. Cost, efficiently managing expenses, maintain sufficient stock without compromising quality or dependability. Impact on operations. Number 1, inventory management complexity.
Managing diverse inventory from printers and scanner to toner cartridge and spare parts lead to operational inefficiency, affecting timely repair and stock availability. The absence of the spare part barcode system result in inaccurate record, causing delay in identified shortages. Number 2, supply chain disruptions. The pandemic-induced bankruptcy of the sole logistic vendor led to transitioning to a new entity with a proposed price increase. The transition disrupted timely deliveries, affecting workflow consistency and operational dependability. Number 3, storage limitations and customer-induced postponements. Storage constraints hinder efficient organization and tracking, leading to delay in repair, increased costs, and operational disruptions. Unexpected customer delivery postponement intensify these challenges, stressing storage capacity and demanding quick, adaptive solutions. Recommendation. Number 1. Barcode system implementation. Develop a dedicated barcode system for spare parts, enhancing accuracy and streamline inventory tracking. Number 2, 3-bin inventory system. Categorize inventory into distinct sections for active items, reorder levels and minimal safety stock. Optimizing restocking processes. Number 3, regular inventory audits. Conduct routine audits leveraging technology-driven approach to enhance accuracy and optimize inventory turnover. Number 4, vendor managed inventory (VMI). Collaborate closely with vendor to manage inventory levels directly, ensuring speedy restocking and reducing manual monitoring efforts. Number 5, salvage and repair initiative. Create an in-house program for refurbishing spare parts to extend their lifespan, reducing downtime and dependency on new purchases. Number 6, end-of-life device protocol. Develop procedure to salvage usable parts from devices at the end of their life cycle, minimizing waste and managing inventory costs. Number 7, enhancing logistic resilience. Expand logistic partnership to establish redundancy, safeguard operations, and provide resilience in the face of disruptions. Number 8, negotiation strategies. Initiate negotiations with logistics partners for cost management without compromising service quality or adaptability. Number 9, optimize SAP integrations. Leverage SAP capabilities for refined inventory control, procurement efficiency, and enhanced customer engagement. Number 10, warehouse infrastructure optimization. Revamp layout and introduce efficient storage solutions for streamlined inventory management. Number 11, improve communication channels. Enhance communication protocols with customers for timely updates on delivery requirements. Number 12, notification trigger storage arrangements. Implement a system that initiates storage arrangement based on real-time customer updates to mitigate storage challenges.
Thank you, Fan Fong, for the sharing. So in conclusion, we have identified operations management issues at levels of societal, strategic, and operations accordingly. Following which, recommendations were made to meet specific operation performance objectives that were applicable at each level. The practicality of each recommendation was evaluated, and the leverage on existing resources or redesigning current workflows with little or no additional investments and without the need for wholesale changes to the current business operations. Through the implementation of these recommendations, the team believes that the selected organization will benefit greatly not only through the fulfillment of operation performance objectives, but also reap the long-term benefits of sustainable business practices. For example, the improved brand image, lower cost of operation, and access to new business opportunities. Also, to gain greater resiliency when facing crises and boost customer satisfaction due to reduced waiting time for spare parts. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for your time.